This entry is definitely a follow-on from the introduction. So it's like a second introduction, but uh, I'm going to give you some context and some background of all this, and I'm going to start off with the goals. So in context, I started off fitness as a goal to gain mass, to get bigger. I started when I started. I was 47 kilograms, and all my life I've always been quite the scrawny and skinny and quite short kind of guy, kind of kid. But I was very athletic, which was a blessing, and I really enjoyed doing sports. So I didn't really feel like I was really unhealthy until I got to university and I looked myself in the mirror. My arms, you can literally fit all your whole hand around my arm. And since then, I decided that I wanted to gain weight. But the specifically, I didn't want to gain weight due to just overeating and everything. So I joined the gym. It was actually one of my best friends that actually got me to join the gym, the Aquatic Centre in Manchester, and that was my first proper, my first proper training, where I used a split program and everything. Really researched into it whilst studying. Before that, I always count going to university as my first time starting is because I started properly. Before that, I went to gym here and there with friends. I joined the gym with my dad, and he used to take us swimming, and then we used to go to the gym, but we didn't really have any like training exercises or anything. And then we joined a gym like 20 minutes away from our home, which is a proper gym, which I absolutely loved, and got so my brother got started in that, and I just sort of followed and just did some exercises. And anyhow, fast forward to university, I was 18 years of age, and yes, I was definitely 47 kilograms when I weighed myself. Actually, just a tad over, so it's like 47.1 if I had to be precise. So I really wanted to gain weight, and in order to do so, I started lifting. And I don't actually remember how I started lifting because I already knew some exercises, but I came up with a split where working on muscle group, and it was a very very basic one where you do chest and triceps, back and biceps, leg. I did leg day and I was struggling in that. I had one day of like cardio, and then one day of abs as well, which I didn't really understood why. And I also remember doing very very random days at some certain point, but also at the same time this was a time when I was researching into protein powders and supplements and everything, but I only took protein powder at that very very moment to get me started. So I grew up as an ectomorph, and for those who don't understand what an ectomorph is, it means I was born with like quite a slim and very small frame. And people who are ectomorphs are considered very, very hard to like gain weight. And it doesn't matter how much we eat or anything like that. Our metabolism and everything, and especially like I think I have the Asian genetics of metabolism, so that didn't really help. But I really tried to eat, and I did eat. And I think by the end of the third year of my university, which was my final year, my undergraduate studies, I gained up to around 60. I remember it was like 65 kilograms. And I, I was still feeling and still looking very, very slim. And it wasn't really optimal for me. And I thought, oh, okay, this is going to take a while. So for a very, very long time, in my first years of lifting and learning very, very slowly, as you can imagine, my goal was very, very similar, like very the same. trying to build muscle, trying to build mass naturally. When I got to my first internship, which was in Hong Kong, I was still lifting, but because of work and because of professional commitments, I could not go to the gym as much as I wanted to, and I could not keep up with nutrition because I was just working like a dog. It wasn't a great time for me, and and I think I slimmed down quite a lot, and I went down to like maybe like 59, 60, between 59 to 60 kilograms. So that wasn't a great time. But and then after a year, when I stopped, I moved back home and I went to London, and that's when I really gained. Like that 1 year, I gained up to around 70 or 69.8 kilograms. But it doesn't mean like my physique was great. Like I went to the gym and I understood it, and this was the first time I shredded properly. I participated in Christian Guzman's Alpha Elite summer shredding. I started at 69.7 kilograms, and I actually it was meant to start in February, but I was at the end of an injury. I actually broke my finger a couple of weeks beforehand, and then I was just recovering on the first 2 weeks. So I didn't actually start on the day where everybody started. I actually started 2 weeks after, and then for 3 months I dieted hard while I was working in London, and that's really got me understanding the whole trying to conserve muscle as much as possible and lose fat. But it was very, very difficult, and I believe I did lose a lot of weight. I lost, so by the end of that, I was 61.3 kilograms at a very, like, around like 9 to 10% body fat. It could have been 8. It wasn't completely accurate, but I also did a measurement in Holland and Barrett's at that time, and I was quite chuffed about myself because of my training and how I understood the symmetry of everything, and actually my muscles individually on in quarters, like my left side, my left leg, my right leg, my left side of the body, and my right side of the body was actually very, very balanced. And since then, I had a series of goals, and it feels like my goals have always been the same, but actually it hasn't. And not a lot of people know this, and I'm going to explain this right now, is actually my ultimate goal that I never really spoke about, aside from, gaining mass, is actually, I'm actually into fashion a lot. Not a lot of people know this. I felt very, very unconfident to say, um, but actually, I love clothing, and I love, to try different styles and brands and everything. And a lot of people think that, I'm into branding a lot, and which is true, because some certain brands have very, very good cutting. But the reason why I wear something is because of the cutting or the cutting the style or anything like that, not because of brand. It will never be only because of brand. All the good sizing and all the good cutting and shapes and style is actually from quite high end brands. So I saved up some clothing, which I absolutely looked hideous in, and that got me very like it threw my confidence off a lot because I'm my mindset is very much like, oh, if you dress well and you take care of yourself or anything like that, you gain that confidence. I've never been a confidence kind of guy. Like I never had that much confidence. I've never really been a confident person. I had to build my confidence via my studies, my like my intellectual level, which is going beyond, studying and working hard in the gym and working hard on my job and everything. But I suffered outs here and there, especially one in London was quite tough on me, and furthermore, I not only did the gym teach me how to reach my goals, but it taught me every step of the way of up to now, which I will explain further on in every entry that I can perceive. So these entries aren't actually going to be in any particular order. It's mainly like journaling. So if you have, so basically when I have time, I will probably just speak to the camera or something like that, and then I feel like this might help. Um, and actually, this is also helping. I know I'm speaking to people. It feels like I'm speaking to people, but I should be speaking to myself. And just thinking about like what I've learned so far from coming from the beginning of gym to now. I mean, um, I would like to say to my old self to how proud I was, how proud I am of myself to even start and to get there. I mean, I have social anxiety to overcome, and I was quite a shy kid. So me doing what I did, and I know some people can probably see me as quite arrogant in the gym or something like that, but really, um, my mind is I'm still reaching for my goal, and no, I don't want anything stopping me. I don't want any distractions. So I put my headphones in and I work hard at the gym. But going back to the fashion, the actual ultimate goal is to fit well in clothing, to wear it with confidence. Um, Clothing is there as like an armor to me, and but if it doesn't fit well, it's useless to me. And I feel like you need to take care of your body, and you need to get that physique in order to make a whole look good. You can't just buy something. I don't I don't believe like you should buy something because of the brand or whatever, and then you instantly look good. I don't believe that. You have to work hard as well. I think Rick Owens is one of the one of the fashion designers that has said this, like you still need to work on your body in order to dress well. So to finish it off, like I definitely want to say my goals is to gain muscle mass, um, but not too much because I feel like that's not my goal. I'm not a bodybuilder. I do bodybuilding elements in order to gain that muscle, like that physique. Kind of look. I definitely get inspired from by men's physique, the slimmer version, and I'm doing this naturally, and that's the main goal is to keep gaining mass uh, within the muscle, but I have to keep cutting and I'm still learning along the way, and I'm actually quite proud of where my physique is actually. I feel like, obviously, well, of course, I can do way better, and I will do better. Yeah, I'll explain this further on in my entries about my physique properly, but for now, for context, um, I feel like my goal uh, won't align to me being bulky, big and bulky, because I feel like that'll make me look even shorter than I am, and I'm very short already. I'm 5'7", so yeah. So my goal isn't actually to get huge, but some confidence wearing clothes. So that is the ultimate goal.